Hello, Lindsay Drachenberg here for our last interactive advanced concept presentation for Chemistry 125. Today we are doing a fun experiment that has to do with instant ice. And basically I have put four water bottles in the freezer. I have checked on them at 2 hours in, and then we're at 2 hours and 45 minutes in right now. And the goal is to catch them right before they freeze, to where there are some ice crystals, but it's still in liquid form. And as we have learned in our class, we know that liquid, the molecules in liquid are occasionally touching. They're not as spaced out as in gas form, but for solids, they are closely packed together in an intricate structure. So I do apologize if you can hear buzzing. That is my washer back there, so I apologize for that. So anyway, we're going to check them. I have tried this experiment 3 times, and either I catch it too early or it's too late and it's frozen. So I'm just going to pull them out, and then we'll go with what we have at this point. So let me go over here to the freezer. All right. And I laid them all flat per video instruction. My extra timer is going off. Okay. So the first part of the video was that we would take a bottle and then we would hit it. So I'm going to hit it and nothing really happened. I think we're still in liquid form, but it looks like crystals have started to form already. So I would hypothesize at this point that the crystals are more tightly packed together than is ideal for this. And as I said, I've already tried this 3 times, so I'm just gonna go and explain what could happen. And as we know with experiments, it doesn't always go as planned. So if this was at the perfect state of not quite a solid, but still a liquid, upon hitting it, then it would have kind of done the shoot and made instant ice. So that is the first one that the video showed. The next one would be if we took a glass of ice, and I'm going to take one out for the next one, and we poured a different bottle right on it, we would get some slush. So this did not work either. As we saw in the video, it should have formed ice chunks. You can kind of see some has formed in here. So I think we're again at that consistency that is not ideal for this. But I did the 2 hours and then checked at 2:45 again per different video I watched, and that was what recommended. So if it was ideal, we could have formed kind of an ice sculpture with that. The last one is pouring into a glass. This is a different one. So we pour the super cold water in here. You can see kind of there's already ice crystals forming, but not fully. And then if we drop one in, that was not all the way either. But as we saw in the video, if this did work, it would kind of shoot and make instant ice as if it was in the bottle. The last one based on these 3 working would be as if we poured water in a little glass and then just did a tip of ice, and then that would shoot again. So again, I hypothesize that it's not at the ideal state. As I said, I've tried it a few different times at different varied amounts and haven't found the perfect amount, which is a bummer because this is a cool experiment, but I do feel like I learned a lot. And to kind of express more on that, how it would happen if it did happen as the video showcased, it's when we catch water when it's cold enough to freeze but not frozen. So that means that frozen ice forms small crystals that will spread into a solid. And like I said, when you catch before the crystals form, you can pour onto water and it will freeze as you pour it, because then the crystals come together to become a solid. And then we can make an ice sculpture or have frozen things like that. And then with the ice one, pouring over ice triggers crystals to form faster. So basically it has to do with taking something from a liquid where the molecules are sort of spaced apart, but occasionally touching, to a solid where they're packed together, and doing that when we catch water in between its solid and liquid form. So I tried my best on this. I think it was a fun experiment. I'll have to try it again in the future to see if I can get it. But in the meantime, I think I learned a lot about molecules, solids and liquids, and water. So thanks for watching.